with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the former Auburn kicker, Daniel Carlson, to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out 2-25. Jackson looking to throw right away. That swung out wide to Sanders. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage. Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just stuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there. What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. From midfield now, here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up second down. That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try and pass downfield that fell incomplete. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throw left side, complete to Moss. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3. Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping that one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Here's Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. Towards the end zone for Brown. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. And that may have been incomplete, but he reminds me so much of when my dad used to take me to the baseball stadium and watch the home run hitters in batting practice. I'll get to the stadium early just to watch this kid throw it. He can throw it out of the stadium. Cunningham to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Max Crosby able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up fourth down. The Eagles send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Play action. Now it's Tua. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back and maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Here's Tua. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the 3rd down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the first down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the first down. Excellent tackling right there.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Jackson. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing is Jackson. And Sanders has got it complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on for gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, where they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want the left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And out of bounds right around the 20. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And they have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Dukes up. I got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
And there's the pickup you want on first down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on first down, we'll take it. How about if you get...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alec Ingold in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. 1 second, all that remains.
Come on, set, yellow, 43.
Tua, the final shot before half. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former Washington safety, Sean Taylor. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. Now, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. But he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. From the 10. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are. But what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together?
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Dancing, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Max Crosby able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. This to make it a 3-score game late. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in...
And that'll bring up second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackle. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just run.
Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Give him 32 on the play. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On first down, Tagovailoa hauled in left side here by Jennings. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. 2nd and 8. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Man open, here is Jones. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. This will be caught at about the 6. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now a first carry for their fullback. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. And that sack brings up 4th and goal. A loss of 7. Big play.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Julio Jones from 10 yards out. And the Commanders are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side...
Play backfires in a big way. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. And ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
It's the Battle of the Beltway. Baltimore and Washington are underway. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
First play, first pass for Brady. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Max Crosby. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Brady. Open man, completes it to Claypool. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd down, they go again with Henry.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Call it an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Now Brady on the bootleg.
This will go to Henry out wide. And he will have a Ravens first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Well, that's how you use your safety valve, CD. He didn't appear to be the intended target, but they got it to him, and he was able to get just enough to pick up the first.
And what a great example of where we are right now in the NFL, because if you're a running back, you're not just going to carry it. You got to catch it out of the backfield as well. Those combo guys, they're the ones everyone wants on their team.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down.
Jason Taylor. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some script.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Night Train Lane.
And the Commanders are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Now Tua.
Caught by Jones. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it 2nd down. Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Tua. That's complete to Calvin Johnson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. No score after one on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Tua going to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. Tua to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one goes for 24 yards.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a 1st and goal.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Striker, 3-3.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Steps away. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the 6-time Pro Bowler Eric Allen. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. One interception. It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady locates Claypool on the crossing route. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfect. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
After the turnover, it's Tua. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. 20, 10, and he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets them on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week, when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Yeah, you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10 yards, timing up perfectly, that's tough enough to begin with. But when you go ahead and grab it before it goes, you've got no shot then.
97. Blaster, 6. Ready.
Looking to throw again on second down. Tua. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes that's the danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Rolling to his right. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Looking to pass. Tua. Complete to Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Jones hit, and the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. So it's kind of more of the same offensively. This was a team needing to come out in this third quarter with a little fire. Instead, they put the ball on the ground.
And you know that has to be the discussion at halftime because they're down 2 scores. We got to come out with a little bit more urgency than we had in the first half. Now that urgency falls on their defense because they can't fall down 3 scores and hope to come back and win this game.
Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On the give, this is their fullback. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
As diverse as the running game has become in the NFL, there's still a place for the fullback position. And on that play, he gained nice yardage.
Derrick Henry all alone. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, 49 yards. And the Ravens are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. This is going to be covered up by Washington. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Tua now on 1st down. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa, eluding the pressure right. That is caught at the 7. Touchdown, Washington. Julio Jones, 32 yards. And the Commanders are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. The touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. 64 yards on the ground for him so far. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. A toss left, Henry. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 3rd down, Henry. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now we'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. How about Jonathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line?
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The give to the fullback on the dive. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run with their fullback. They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left. Now they'll throw with Brady. He finds his man, complete. It's Perry. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 42. Now a carry here for their fullback. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. 33 yards. And the Ravens get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do? And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone.
And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
They set up the screen for Henry. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
It's the Battle of the Beltway. Baltimore and Washington are underway. Taking it about the 1.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
In the course of the game, we focus on the offense and the defense, and we give lip service to the special teams. It's way bigger than that. The 3rd phase of any football team, and special teams provided the spark to begin this game.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
Well, he tried to bounce it outside, but that's obviously not his game. He's too much of a straight line runner.
Yeah, him in the outer third of the field, not a recipe for success. That time a loss. On 2nd and 11 now.
Hurts. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Jason Taylor. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
They'll roll him.
Hurts fumbles it.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. He'll return it from the 6. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. On play action, here's Tua. That's brought in by Greg Jennings. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. He got 29 yards that time. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And this is caught. Jennings. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Sharp move, but can't find much space. Dropped just inside the 20. The tackle made by the Hall of Famer, Bobby Bell.
Good solid gain on 1st down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Tua, wide open receiver, complete. Touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Commanders are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. And let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Hurts. Steps away to his left. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Commanders are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. He'll buy some time right. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 41.
So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Throwing is Hurts. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Here's Hurts to throw.
He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
And the Commanders are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the
and now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked up by Keanu Neal. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Max Crosby just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game.
It's the Pro Bowl quarterback, Richard Sherman.
1:53 remaining in this first half of play. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. Well, he bought as much time as he could there, but eventually his clock expired.
It certainly did because they were bootlegging him out of the pocket, and I think he had some indecisions whether to run or throw. And that indecision, it wound up costing him in a big way. I guarantee they approached this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
And that's why that position was created. Big, powerful, strong guy who can carry the ball and plow forward. That's exactly why you have him on the field.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. This one fielded at the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Hurts. They'll go to Falk on the screen. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. They'll check it off to Falk, complete. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. This is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 10-0 lead, you figure they won't try to do anything foolish here. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, and Tua are going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. And the Ravens are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the veteran Richard Sherman. He's got daylight. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. look out there now to kick this one off. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he returns this to the 22. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Two things to watch. First is strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Tua sets up to pass it. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. Now he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down. Here's Tua. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. That drive right out of the turnover, they go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to green light that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
He'll drop to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marshall Faulk, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Ravens strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Hurts will throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Hall of Famer, Night Train Lane.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more, but this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side, and he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down. They'll drop to throw. And swung out wide to Harris. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. To throw again on 2nd down. Tua finding Harris on back-to-back plays. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Tua. He gets it complete to Harris. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Ready. Yellow. 22.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Ooh, with a juke. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. He'll get this to Jennings over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. Now an inside draw. This is their fullback. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
On 2nd and 9, Tua. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now Tua. And this one complete to Greg Jennings. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that will lead to a 3rd and goal. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Tua now, 3rd and goal. That is caught at the 7-yard line. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Washington now going to use the 1st of their 3 timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Julio Jones, the lone receiver left. Tua to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Derwin James with a pick. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, and he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. So they go for it on 4th and goal, hoping to get 6, and it's 6 the other way.
If hindsight is 20/20, they would have gone ahead and kicked the field goal, but by being aggressive, it actually cost them. Gave up 6 points going the other way.
Nick Folk for the point after.
Well, this will frustrate a coach right here. The flag is out before they get off the extra point, and this is going to be a delay of game. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Now from 5 yards further back, this becomes a 37-yard extra point attempt. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward?
They'll try and run for it here with Folk. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. That would give inside for Folk. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Obviously, Charles, such an important, well-executed touchdown, and that caps off what has been a strong second half. Remember, they trailed at halftime.
And how about the response? That's the type of thing that every team talks about before a season begins. Don't worry about the scoreboard at the half. Let's play strong in the second and come out and take the fight to our opponent. They did exactly that, and now they have the lead to show for it.
Now Folk for the extra point. And they're not going to get the kick off in time.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
And a slightly more difficult attempt here from the 20. And the lead is up to 14. After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off.
Pulls it in at the 13. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Tagovailoa.
He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by a former Washington safety, Sean Taylor. And the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll give to Folk up the middle. And he stopped immediately there.
second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half,